Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am so excited. I know it's been a while since we've done an author push interview, but I'm so excited. We have one of the most prestigious, profound, prolific guests. As you know, she was once my wealth coach. We have Dr. Shirley Clark on the author push today. So we are so excited that you are on here with us, Dr. Clark, discussing your new book, Rich Mind, Rich Life. I can't wait to really dive in. Can you go ahead and just tell some of the new viewers out there who you are and what it is that you do?
Wow. First of all, thank you. And let me just correct something here. I am her wealth coach still. She will always be one of my children. That's what we say. Once in my camp, my tribe, you're always my tribe. Okay. We just have to get her back engaged. But she's still always, you will always be my tribe because of what God did when we connected. And so I know that you have a voice and a word in this area that we're teaching today and sharing about. And your so I just want to correct your language. You could just continue to claim me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
You're
ma'am.
not gonna be an orphan. You can claim me. But listen, I'm so excited to be here to talk about my new book, but also about what God has done in my life, who I am. But let me just say, I am a life and business success strategist coach. And I am a chief soaking officer, CSO. And so my passion now, as I've been speaking and sharing and developing leaders, over 30,000 entrepreneurs for years now, and training them into release their greatness. I'm so excited about what God is doing now in my life. But my goal has been all of my years knowing Christ, number one, the thing that really took me from my poverty to where I am now to prosperity, is that I'm paying it forward. So I'm a CEO. So he's birthed out greatness in my life. I'm a CEO, Clark's Consulting Firm, LLC, and we have 6 businesses under us. And we've just been birthing people out from their books to PR marketing and branding them as speakers and starting coaching businesses. We're working on our accreditation for Pray and Grow Richer University. God told me, Bree, just stick with what you know. Just stick with what you know. You got to bring and elevate the body up to pray and grow rich, have a soak in the present. It's no longer just about money. It's what I want to do and redefine, reshape people. So right now, I'm looking for 10,000 women right now that lack the direction and understanding and the know-how. So I can birth them into their greatness through this life and business strategies, a platform. And so I can help them create their wealth. And then, of course, not just create it, but how to sustain it. So now that's who I am at this point in my life. 42 years of speaking, 46 being in Christ. But right now I'm here to tell people a rich mind will definitely create a rich life. And that's where I am now, becoming a global solutionist now for people. So I say that's my story. And I'm
And
sticking
stick
to
it
it.
to it. Yes, yes. And so let's dive a little bit into your book. So, what prompted you to write this particular book, and what can the viewer, what can the audience really gain from this book?
Yeah, wonderful question. And to be honest, I knew it was in me 2, 3 years ago. And I said, I'm going to write this book, Rich Life, Rich Mind. But one of the things that really birthed it out, say, this is the divine appointment, the now moment to write it, was that I've been coaching people for since 2015. Of course, the backstory is that we've done everything. I grew up in gross poverty, married up. I never seen anyone with a higher education, a degree, to I married into my husband's family. And so the reality is I saw, and then we did what we call the American dream, got into that, loving Christ all along the way. Okay, let's be clear about this because this is really the problem. We in Christ, but we found ourselves in the systems of the world, and that's the problem. And in the end of December 2009, it might be in November that we were told we got in a lot of debt, and that's through the American dream, credit cards, mortgage. Let's just be real,
Mhm.
mortgage, car loans, all of that. And we thought, we say 30, we love the Lord, but the reality of, they told us to file bankruptcy. And
Mm.
God said, no, it's time for your millionaire anointing to come out. And that was the start of me. And I said, well, that was December 2009. But January 1st, I sought the Lord and said, give me instructions. Then, if you want my millionaire anointing to come out, definitely Dr. Cloud don't know how to do it because we had bankruptcy. How do you do it? And so that's when he taught me how to pray and grow rich. He had me to soak on the floor. And then for 4 years consistently, I did that, just laying out for 2 hours every day, 7 days a week. And then when I came off the floor, 2015, I started coaching and taking people through this. I created this 90-day program. That's how I started. I didn't start with 4 years, so I started there. I just said 90 days. So I birthed that out and then started 2015. And so what I like to say it this way, I'm kind of landing the plane now with to your question, is that I had the Jesus people along the way I've been coaching. But this time, and I know, just listen to me. One of the things that the body we looked at from overall in the world globally, the church doesn't is not known for its wealth. So when you're talking about something like this, they like, yeah, it's just a little Jesus thing. But this time I had a 90-day challenge. And I said, why don't I work with corporate women, six figures lady, see what it would happen if I get women. And one of them started out with, she was making $250,000. So I took four corporate women through this. And that's what helped. So from September last year to December, these ladies got in it. And I wanted to see what the language was going to be, their narratives, how they were going to, what was going to happen to them. And then, of course, their testimonies, what's going to come out of it. When I got through with those four corporate women, that it was it was like I was so set on fire. This book has their testimony. I've never written a book, but I needed people to see it to bring credibility to the name of God. I'm not working with ignorant people, as they claim. These are people that make six figures up to $250,000. I mean, they got through it. So that's what caused this book to come, because I even put their testimony and some of their narratives. That's how profound they were speaking after they read the materials. So that's what happened. It was amazing. So that's this. I knew this was a timing that now to take not just how we say the Jesus people. Now these are strong believers.
Yeah.
Pastor White, Pastor White. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they marketplace. The
Hello.
people.
Mhm.
Where we should be at anyway, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I will say, like, going through your 90-day challenge, that's really what helped elevate my mind, my thinking, and even learning to soak. Like, that's how I get all my creative ideas.
Right.
Where y'all see me and I'm like launching new things, it's because I've heard the Lord say, hey, do this, move here, do it like this. Even down to the author push, that was even
Exactly.
out of that 90-day challenge. And so I would say anyone who is out there who's looking for a wealth coach, who's looking to just elevate, right? Who's looking to be in the marketplace, like become a part of Dr. Clark's tribe. I'm telling you, you're going to elevate. Your mind is going to change and you're going to grow closer with the Lord and you're going to learn so much. Like, I'm telling y'all, don't sleep on this. Get this new book. Listen. I'm a person, my husband be laughing at me like, girl, you reading Dr. Clark's books again? I'm like, yeah, I got to keep myself fresh. I'm telling you, I will reread those books. Like,
That's right, because you're in a different place now.
Yes.
And that's it. And this is what rich people educate themselves. I'm never that slogan alone keep me with books in my hand. I was watching a CD, a video or something. Rich people, because every time you learn something new, your value go up. Do you know you can charge more?
Yes.
Do you know that now what I'm worth on the stages now, not in the secular, I really put it in the secular. So it's 50,000 and more. I was a leader in a presidential campaign. So I can't be worth the same $2 I was. And
Right.
I
Back
was
then.
leading, and we're presidential people that was also in other countries that ran. So, and my voice became the favorite voice out of 10 nights. By
Wow.
the eighth and ninth, they were asking the presidential candidate, where did you get Dr. Clark from? They said, I'm coming on just to hear her voice, what she's saying. Listen, they didn't want to ran for president in African nations and things, and that little old me. So what I'm trying to say is, I accept my assignment and I accept my worth. I am not. Some people have volume and they think they equal that to value. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
That's
I
good.
had a woman that traveled 22 hours just to come to see me from off of hearing my voice off, where Clubhouse.
Yes.
22 hours she got on a plane because she said, I heard you for over a year in different rooms. I said, name the rooms. She named them off just like that. Do you have a voice that
Mhm.
will cause people to jump on a plane? See, that's what I'm talking about in here. It's about harnessing. Here's a subtitle I love. I know we got about 6 minutes. Harnessing divine intelligence. What I'm teaching people now is the new language now. Divine intelligence. That's why I teach y'all the soak, and it shakes your world, and then y'all become soaker. But now you got to understand the word is divine intelligence. What I told them presidential people on that said, listen, this candidate. See, where we all know that you're going to say or make a lot of promises and you be sincere in your heart. But when you get into office, things will come up that you've never seen before. And so I told them where his intellectual capital ends. Hello, his divine intelligence will
Come
pick up.
on. That is good. You better say that. That is
Uh,
good.
they ain't never heard. See, you come when you on the floor with God, you get new language, new
That's good.
understanding. And I said that when that kicks in, then he operate in it. Then he become a soakinpreneur CEO. Come on, that was a language. I got that off the floor. And so now, what happened, Bree, with these six figures lady? One of them I did not know. She was apostle wife. And
Wow.
I'm gonna land it quickly. That's why I'm taking these ladies with me. One of them had 30 years of mental health problems. She was dealing with it. Had gotten shock treatment is in her head. The month that God in July, what they were begging me, one was begging one of the professional one that's a professor in nursing.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is what I'm saying. This ain't no Johnny down the street people. This
Right.
woman was $250,000 one. She was successful. She said, like, name her, but I was sick. Nobody didn't know I was on medication, seeing therapists. And I couldn't tell nobody because my husband is an apostle. And
Wow.
so the family kept that secret that she had mental health problems. He said, if I had cancer, or diabetes, I could tell everybody. But I'm the pastor wife. I'm the apostle wife. She
Wow.
spent in 3 weeks, she was delivered from 30
My
years.
Lord.
She
Just
said,
from
let
soaking on
me
the floor.
just tell you, the 7 days into it, y'all got to coach, you got to soak 30 days, every day is the minimum that
Mm.
we put on you. And then you just go crazy with it. 7 days she came in and said, if I don't get anything else. It started September the 5th, so 7 days later, she said, if this soaking alone, Dr. Clark, I'm good. She said she was good. Then 2 weeks later, God visited her at her church. Her husband prophets in the meeting said, I see God delivering at their church revival.
Wow.
Someone from mental health problem. And it was his wife. Somebody grabbed her hand, just started praying with her, and God instantly delivered her 30 years. You're not going to tell me
Come on.
this one alone was just deep. So much going on. She said that she had. Then I told her, write your debts down because you can't. I don't need to know it, but you can't hide if you got no cancer. She wrote me a long text. She wrote me even. I knew she was struggling, but I called it out. I want school loans, mortgage. I call all this stuff. Don't hide.
Right.
2 more weeks later, immediately she wrote me. It was shame for her. She said. She
Wow.
had begged for 3 years, asking them to cancel that school loan. 2 more weeks later, God told her to go out on the portal, and she saw them wiping clean the $80,000 school loan, and said, "Because of your work in the church, Her church grew, by the way, from 200 in February to 600 people now. She said, Dr. Clark said, don't talk to nobody else. Just put the mask on yourself right now. Don't worry about your family, your kids. This is about you. She said, well, I might well say everything I'm attached to get blessed. Her church moved to 600. Her husband, I mean, she quit that job at the time I called her. God told me to call. She said, you don't understand. July, she was getting shock treatment that month. I didn't even know it. God, that's the month. Said, tell her about this. It's going to start in September. This is July. That's the July. She went in to get shock treatments on her head. What
My,
am I know we got to go, but I'm saying this is people writing books in 5 day, soaking CDs coming out. These women were corporate women. They hear that language. Say, I done messed up my generation. The professor. She was a prayer pastor, and everything said, I done messed up my grandkids, my children, but
wow.
I'm getting my stuff back. And so she's in the wealth industry. She's
Wow.
part of the web. Yeah, she done shifted her 401k. Didn't know what she IUL's been done. You're not gonna tell she got a book out, another one, the bestsellers. All these things are going. I took corporate, not you know what I'm saying. Because
I know.
us Jesus people don't. Let me just tell you, she has 7 earned degrees.
Wow. Come on.
Let me tell you, the lady that has the illness.
Yeah.
She's a chancellor of a university. Christian University, she created over 30 disciplines or somewhere like that. She did BA degrees. It's accredited. Master's, doctorate. She
Yeah.
got mental health, not no more. She says, so her family is having to deal with her differently now from a healed woman. And they don't know how to deal with her as a healed woman. Of course, now. But I can go on and on and on about all these ladies. Even a lady, Krista Henry,
Yes.
first 30 days signing up with me, her income went to 6 figures within the first. So now I'm trying to get 10,000 women up to 6 figures to 1 million. So I made my girlfriend hit millions 2022, the other lady 2021, and Lanisa. You ain't
Yes.
Lanisa's they got 3 physical locations I told you about and the wellness center, but they got a huge 3 acres of land, a resort. They got our Airbnbs downtown on the land. They get ready to get all kinds. The equipment is just like in Hollywood, multi-million, all of them now.
Wow.
And I prophesied to it, and I told God, we're gonna get you back up to where you need to be. You remember 4 months
Dude.
working with me
Yeah.
after you and Lanisa, 4 months at November, she got a $90,000 client and moved
Come
to you
through.
months later, 130,000. And so we got you, Bree. We're just gonna bring you back. So that's where we at. So I know we at that time. So any other questions I can just share with them this topic
Yeah.
of the
Just
book?
share with them where they can purchase the book and how they can connect with you if they need to get with you.
Oh, great, wonderful, yeah, excellent. They can go to Dr. Shirley Clark. I don't know if you put that banner up.
Yep.
You can do a banner. They can go to www dot Dr. Shirley Clark or just put drshirleyclark.org, and that's the DR. It's right here.
Yep.
But
It's
you want
right
to
here
do
at the bottom.
interview. Don't put that dot in. You can maybe create a banner real quick on there and just put www dot drshirleyclark.org, and they can see that. Listen, here's what we tell people. The first section is a very easy read, tapping into rich reward. You're looking at my transformation and me wanting to pay it for how I do it. And then section 2 is operating in rich habits. Bree, you got to change some stuff. It's not going. You can't stay in your old. So I deal with changing these habits through simplicity and not hardship,
Yeah.
because the enemy will fight and become better storytellers. What stories are you telling to yourself? How you the narrative approach? What narratives you telling yourself you living out? Redefining that, and understanding that you were made for more. Some people just don't know, and if they do, they just don't. They don't give themselves permission. And I deal with the 3 psychological setback to watch out for when you get ready. The defaults, the imposter syndromes, all of those things. you got to know that your default was set up from your history, from your pedigree. You let people say a lot, your church, and it don't line up with the word of God. And so you, when things hit, when you're in your midst of going forward, things will hit you, and you'll default back to those bad habits and principles. And let's just say understandings. So I got to get you away from and those. So we're looking at those some. So the three major ones. Then the third section is creating riches, finding your treasure. He said you have that treasure in earth and vessels. But the key to all of this, it says that the treasures are hidden in darkness. So that's why you need to get in the light, down on the floor where the light is with God. You got to get down there so the light can show you your treasures where they are. So it might be in darkness, but when you're down in the light, what you behold, you become. You will be able to see your. That's how you ended up with 10 things. You started out with two. We said AuthorPush. I told you. Then I said AuthorPush Showcase. AuthorPush. The next thing I know, you had TV shows, podcast, marketing tools. It was 10 businesses, and services you were on. Increasing your value and worth. You have to do that. If you want the money, you got to increase what you know. You can't out earn me until you out learn me. So
Come on.
that's it. More you learn, you got a value attached to that. And so you can't keep charging the same price. And you got to learn how to leverage, or you're going to be leveraged. That's what system is. The old system is leveraging us. So we got to learn how to master that. Making better decisions, power, no. And then all some other stuff, making millionaires. But here's the thing that I really love is the narratives that I have in here from the people. When after they read books, there's some of the narratives I put in so they can see their reflection, how it was shaping them and shaking them up, and then their testimonies. This is just a powerful book. It is such an easy read, but
Mm.
it's definitely a guide to wealth mastery. So if they want the book, just go to my website and certainly join my book club as well. We're doing the four Tuesdays. We've started the first, but we recorded it, so you can go ahead and join. Because what I want to do eventually slide these people into my ecosystem because we're going to do a full membership. Bree,
Oh,
so many people are trying to get this big, trying to work with me. I can't do it, so we're working on an ecosystem, some type of membership, so I can touch that, because I know everybody's not like you get it and you rock, and some
mhm,
people it takes a little longer. So we're
mhm.
working on those systems. So I want them to go to my website and just contact me and say, Dr. Clark, I definitely, I'll go in and just say, hey, I heard you on Out the Push, and I definitely want to be a part of your tribe. Let me know what I have to do. I would definitely reach out to you and let you know how to make that happen. Thank you, Bree, for this time.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for coming on today. I listen, y'all. I know I put her on the show. I'm about to get this book. I'm sitting there like, okay, I gotta get this book because I'm telling y'all, I will reread all the books she has written. I'm telling y'all, she is powerful because like in each season you get something new.
Yeah,
And so you really need that, but we first have to renew our mind, right? Not just with the word, but what else are we renewing our mind with so that we can elevate and become better. And so like I said, I'm excited. Thank you, Dr. Clark. I said once again for just coming on today. Congratulations on the release of the new book. I know it's going to go far and wide. And so thank you again for that, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today. That you heard it here first. You can go to www.drshirleyclark.org to connect with her or to even purchase the book. And so, thank you guys for listening to us today. Until next time, bye.
God bless. Thank you.